What's good, y'all? I'm back for another episode of Street Talk. This time I always say special guests, but they all special. But this one, it's a Cougar alumni, been my sister for years. One of the most multi-talented people I know. What's going on, Tay?
Chillin'. What's up with you?
I'm cooling. So, I guess, what we do here is, I guess we just want to tell the people that don't know, which a lot of people already know, whether they hate it or love it, they know who the hell you is, they know what you can do. But, give an introduction to the people.
Oh, Lord. So, I've never given an introduction of myself. So, Taykola Janay, dancer, actress, you can say, played in a movie, hairstylist, all types of stuff, beat maker, like, you name it. A little crazy, but realist, try to be.
I mean,
you know.
What you mean by that? You're a realist?
I try to look at things for what they are and not for what they appear to be.
Yeah, that's definitely a good way to look at stuff sometimes, but you gotta have some optimism in there. You gotta be optimistic to some point.
But that doesn't mean you can't be optimistic. It just means you're seeing things for what they are. Like, you know, that it's being okay with what is.
That's a fact. Okay, so before we go into the side subjects, let's what do you consider was your first passion? As a person that wear many hats, what was your first love? Dancing. Okay, and when did you first discover that?
Well, I knew how to dance already, like when I was like 5, like mad young. I seen videos of, myself when I was younger and always dancing, always jittery, always moving, that kind of thing. When I was younger, I was in cheerleading for like 7 years with Pop Warner, Kirk Park. Whoop whoop. So I cheerleaded for Kirk Park for a while, and then I turned 12 and started really dancing, like in Clary Middle School. Whoop whoop. But yeah, I started dancing then, and from there it's just history pretty much.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So when you started dancing at when you said 12, what kind of dancing do you say it was?
Hip hop all day.
Alright, so you said you started off doing hip hop. What over the years, what kind of other styles of dancing have you incorporated?
Well, I know African dance. I've been doing African dance since I was a kid, for real. Southwest Community Center. So Afrobeat, African, that type of stuff. I'm actually learning majorette right now, which I feel like is a little late for me to be learning, but I could do it.
Never too late.
Right, yeah, but I'm definitely into that. That's really pretty much it, honestly. Like, I never really did ballet like that. That wasn't ever really my thing. No jazz or tap or none of that crazy stuff. Like, I've always been like a hip hop, dancer per se.
So I can see where, like, you've acted in movies. We'll touch on that a little more in a second. But I can see where dancing can lead to a role of acting in some kind of way. You know what I mean? Because you fit the part that somebody, even if you couldn't act, but you can, but they will still look for you from that appearance. But transitioning from dancing to making beats is more of a different type of jump.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, where did you catch that? Because I remember, like, when we was younger, you was in the studio. We used to sit in the studio with me too when I used to record and stuff. So I didn't know. I know you sung a little bit and you danced and stuff, but I ain't never.
I cannot sing no more. Y'all, I can't sing no more.
But as far as the beat making, where that come about?
So, number one, music has always been in my family. My dad can sing. My brothers and sisters can sing. Shout out to you and I. We all got some type of music ability, whether it's dancing, singing, playing piano, whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? So, me listening to music all the time and You know, hearing my dad, you know, make music, he used to sing and stuff like that, so he used to be in the studio a lot too. And then I don't know, like I said, I always had an ear for it. So dancing, shout out to DJ Brandeezy, because he used to make my cuts for me, like you know how you make the songs, you gotta go into other ones and stuff. And I used to sit right next to him and tell him how I wanted it to sound.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, make it sound like this or whatever have you. I don't know the language, but you know, this is how I wanted to sound.
Yeah, gotcha.
And he'd be like, yo, this sound dope. Why don't you like learn this? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I'm a dancer, right? You know what I'm saying? But I always, you know, it always was dope. I always had a good ear for it. So it literally was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I never really thought I even had an interest in like making beats, to be honest. Like, I know I just always had a good ear for it. I know what sounds good and what doesn't. I know what's off key. I know like what beat is off beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know all that. So my boyfriend, another shout out, SMG Ferrari Fresh. He makes beats also. So sitting in the house with him and seeing how he making beats and stuff and hearing how certain things start off and it sound a mess at first, but then it comes together and it's like, whoa, this shit is fire. So I don't know, one day I was like, yo, teach me how to work this program. Right. And he was like, girl, you really want to know? Because you do got a good ear for music, and I'm a critic like crazy when it comes to music too. So like, yeah, like he taught me the program, and then DZ helped out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, he's helping out a lot now. And then another shout out, Dynasty.
Yeah, Dynasty.
Yeah, I took a class for Dynasty, and now, you know, whenever I got questions or I need help, I can count on those three to help me. But I've come a long way in 2 years, and I've learned very fast in that amount of time also. So
it's definitely dope to have people that you can count on and call on, because that's what we need.
Yeah.
Everybody's so stuck on themselves and they don't know.
And it's crazy because, like, little do they know there's other people that have information that you don't have, or have access to get information that you don't have. So it's always good to reach out and reach out and stuff. Like,
I always hated the expression, I came in this world by myself, because you didn't. Your mother pushed you out and the doctors helped pull your ass out. You had help. Somebody they held your umbilical cord to cut you. They slapped the breath into you. Somebody else helped your ass along the way.
Yeah, and I do understand that. Me personally, I understand both sides of that.
I get the other side too.
I understand both sides of that.
But in reality,
when it comes down to it, we all need somebody. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I feel like as far as needing somebody is knowing when not to spread yourself too thin. Because that where it becomes, I don't need nobody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's levels to it, but you're right.
Yeah, it's definitely so. Being so how do you balance between the things that all of the hats that you wear? Like me, for me, I have to, like, if I'm trying to write music, it comes when I feel it. Or if I'm trying to do something with media, it comes to when I feel it. I can't force either one, or it's gonna come off the wrong way. So I kind of have to go natural. So I'm trying to train myself to integrate it so that it's natural for me when I transition. Because right now I started this media thing, and it is because of reasons I ain't gonna go into. I had to pause and I'm coming back, but I'm starting to feel my music side coming back. So that's why I'm trying to get this on roll. So when I get back to the studio like I need to be, it's just natural. Okay, you need to do this once a week or twice a week, whatever the hell I gotta do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
actually, I'm exactly the same way. Life happens.
Right.
So when it comes to dancing, there's been plenty of times where I've had to take 2-year hiatuses. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 33. So I've been dancing for a long time. So like now that I'm back into it, I do feel like I forced myself back into dancing when I mentally was not ready for it. But I do feel like it's helping me get where I need to be. So at the end of the day, I'm making time for it. It is what it is. And I feel like this, you know, every time I do it, I feel better about it. I feel great about it. So it is what it is. Sometimes when you get like in your 30s and you start feeling like, oh, I'm old and this, that, and the third, I had to realize like, nigga, 30s is like young. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really young. There's people out here older than me that's dancing and, you know what I'm saying, doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm not gonna give up on it. You know what I'm saying? So between that, when it comes to making beats, I live it's in my house. It's right there. It's like a drug. Like it's like
calling you.
Right. Like it's like, you know, and then like especially when it comes to sampling, because like that's how I started making beats with sampling, and then I learned how to like put sounds together and shit like that, and figure out what sounds, you know, go together. But I hear a song and I'll be like, ooh, I'm about to go sing that. Like I get so excited. Like it's definitely a new love. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I love sample beats. Like those are my favorite kind of beats, but I've been trying to stay away from because of how copyright stuff is.
Right.
Like the Aaliyah song, the sample that you heard earlier, I'm scared. Like when I put my album out, I'm hoping by the grace that it slide through. Like it's not enough. Like it's just enough to slide past.
And I was gonna say that's how they do it though. Like if you haven't gotten clearance for a beat or whatever have you, and you put it out there. Once it start to really gain traction and people start paying attention to it, you start making some real money from it. That's when they come after you. But at this point, you did it.
Yeah, come get it.
Go ahead. Like you good. I done made my mark. Like
but
let's go.
I always say that it bothered me though, because like I understand the business aspect of it now, but it's like paying homage, and it's where hip hop started. It started from sampling. It started people like the break. I already said it before, so I won't go into that detail. But it started at the break. They had the party. They got the DJ. You got that one spot. The MC come on and start rapping over it. Whatever. That's how it should go. And then it just, I don't know. Yeah, but it's being an artist like. Is an extremely tough job if you're doing it the right way. And there's a lot of people who jump in and don't really know what to expect.
Right.
And at this age, like, and the level of experience that I have in my field and that you have in your field, do you think, like, how do you go about working with certain people? Like, how do you be selective but not unattainable or overly arrogant? You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of, like I said, it's only been 2 years since I've really been making beats. So, like, I'm trying to find the balance between, because right now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm picky. You know what I'm saying? I kind of pick and choose who I pitch my beats to. I definitely always pitch my beats to celebrities. Tory Lanez probably got like 50 of my shits. Like, I'm so serious. I want to work with him so bad.
You gonna have to watch that nigga. He'll run off on the plug real quick.
It is what it is. I mean, I hear him on my beat. That's all I need to hear. Like, at this point, I'm hungry. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at this point, like, you know.
So you ain't on the cancel Tory way? I was.
No,
but
I'm not.
This shit getting weird.
I never was, because I'm not there. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this is my take on it. Very simple. If Tory did that shit, he dead ass wrong.
Yes.
He dead ass wrong. He dead ass wrong. He deserves whatever he got coming to him if he did that.
If he did it right.
If he did not do it, leave that man alone. Like, there's too much. You know what I'm saying? It's getting dragged. All this extra stuff is going on. I just feel like it's too much, and it's dragging him to the point where, like, I'm starting to believe that man. You know what I'm saying? I never not believed him. I just was like, okay, I want to know.
Exactly.
But I need to know both sides of the story. Yeah. Like, so when it comes down to it, I feel like, no, I haven't canceled Tory, and I never did, because on some real shit, Tory Lanez has always been one of my favorite artists. Like, always. Like, if you go, you know how they have the thing of the year where you have certain artists that you listen to the most. Tory Lanez is always at the top.
So on the flip side of that, who's a favorite celebrity that you would not like get one of your beats? Like, nah, you can't.
6ix9ine cannot have a beat of mine.
Of course, no.
And no offense to him, because again, I don't got nothing to do with none of that snitching stuff. I'm not a, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no snitch.
All offense to that nigga, because besides the snitching fact, he's a fucking sociopath.
Yeah, he's nuts. I just don't have time. I stay away from that whole situation, because regardless of the snitching shit, like, you're crazy as fuck. Yeah. You do the most
influence and stupid people.
The stuff the stuff that you got going on, I don't want nothing to do with. Who else is somebody I would not work with? Honestly, I can't really say. There's not really anybody I won't work with. I can't think of them right now.
I know. I won't hop my ass on a song with Baby. Even though his old ass better not be trying to rap no more. But I used to hate when Lil Wayne be ripping shit and he coming
in with the blue shoes, white coat. We get money.
You don't sit your little round head ass
Like,
down.
you not even saying nothing. Go sit down so damn weird. He get on my nerves, man. Oh, just want to be seen. And then he had a nerve to do that damn tattoo on the top of his damn head.
He wanted to be a Dragon Ball so bad.
Oh my god, man. Oh, like, come on, dude. But yeah, definitely. I'll sell him a beat though. Word to me, I'll sell him a beat. I don't care. Put that trash on there.
So, nah, I mean, I've had worked with worse probably.
Damn.
So, nah, I can't do it now though. That's what I was saying. I had to be real selective. And I felt funny because there's people that I've done music with in the past that hit me up now, and it's like I can't. And I tried, and I don't want to feel like, because I'm not nowhere more. Let me not sell myself short. I am heard on a way broader stage now since my stuff is international. So it's like it's a different level. Everything.
Of course. And with me, I feel like because I'm picky. Number one, like if I work with you, you gotta be dope and dope to me. You know what I'm saying? Or you gotta be like dope to a point where I see you got a following and people are actually listening to your music, whether or not I like your music. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I when it comes to local, I'm saying musicians, artists, I'm picky. I do feel like there are a lot of people in Syracuse that needs more work. And this is just my opinion because I'm not like the guru or anything, but I do have like a heavy critic personality when it comes to music because I love music. I love listening to music. I'm not really a big rap art like fan, but I listen to it. So if it's trash to me, I'm gonna say it's trash. It is what it is. Right now, I feel like I can't work with certain people unless they have the mentality to be okay with the fact that someone said their music is not, or that song was not dope, or you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really, you know, I'm not gonna say you trash because you can rap, but your music is not really my type of music to listen to. Like people have to be okay with that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like even with my beats, like I have people come and do listening sessions, and the type of beats that I have and the type of music that I make is not really their type of, you know what I'm saying, thing. And they're like, this fire, but I listen to the type of music I'm making. It's totally different. That's, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just differences of opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
And being okay with that.
And people got to be grown enough to handle that.
Yeah. Not everybody's gonna like your music, and you have to be okay with that. Like, it's millions of people that cannot stand Lil Wayne, but there's also literally millions of people that love his fucking music. Yeah. Like, so you know, you gotta be okay with that.
Yeah, there's two sides of the coin. You definitely
can't make music for your own ego.
I feel like that was bringing me to the next topic that I was gonna say is about how we kind of, and I say this a lot, but we at our age we were taught kind of to stay in the box of what we are, and I kind of envy the younger people under us because it's more like explore yourself, do what you want to be whatever, you can do this, you can do this, you can do that. And like I always say, I came up, I'm just supposed to be a straight rapper, like I'm supposed to rap, and then like I can't do nothing else, you're not supposed to do all this other stuff. And then it's now that I realize like, yeah, I done suppressed myself for so long. Like the fact that like I've always wanted to at least, like, I love New Edition. I love the Temptations. I love all of that shit. Lord, the groups where they had their steps is all synchronized. Yeah. I've always wanted to learn one of those and be able to do it because I can't dance. But the reason, when I'm not thinking about it or if I'm drunk, I can do anything that I see. But as soon as I realize that I'm doing it, I can't do that. So I feel like that's a mental block. It might hinder me from somewhere, like more my music or something too. Like if I can get over that, then maybe I would be able to be more free in certain stuff. But I'm free with my music to an extent. But I mean, like I feel like in life, period. Like I feel like if I took dance, like if I was just to take a dance class and I was consistent with that for a little while, I feel like it would just open my eyes to a whole much more different things.
It would, like, opening your eyes to a bunch of different things. Traveling, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I'm not saying I'm going to use it, just
no, you can use it. Like,
and
it's so many different ways you can use dancing as a way to, like, you know how many fucking reggae songs there are out here? Like, now you know the dances and shit because you done took the classes. Now you can make a song based on what you learn, like, you know what I'm saying, or whatever have you. Yeah, like I took an Afrobeat class. Now I know, you know, I know who I can go to if I wanted to make a song that'll go worldwide type shit. Like it's other ways to do it. So yeah, they always say, well, my mom always told me, it's more than one way to get to the mall. There's always more than one route to get to a destination. You know what I'm saying? So like, if this ain't gonna work, okay, find this. Like, broaden your horizons.
Definitely got broaden your horizon. But that's always something I want to do. I do feel like it'd be freeing just to be able to do it. Like if I knew how to do it, I wonder if I actually knew, like, because I really feel like I'm amazed by all artists. Mm-hmm. Everybody that can do something that I can't. Like I was telling my brother earlier, I'm like, people that can do fucking backflips are amazing to me. Like I would be like, I am a great rapper, and that's a gift. But people that rap to me, that's just like, alright, because I do that. But for a motherfucker to be able to stand there and just, that's like a superpower to be like, how the fuck can you do that? Or when you dance and you move your body this way, or like, how the fuck can you do any of that? Mm-hmm. So I love every aspect of art, like, because it's an expression of who you are. But do you feel like with all of the doors being open and everybody being able to explore, do you think it's harder for people to be true, like the real people who are really true to certain crafts to shine in that aspect?
No. I feel like if it's true to you, it's gonna shine regardless of what the situation is, like, because you're being true to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a consistent thing. It's something that's in you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of whether you're seen or not, or regardless of what, like, trust me, somebody watching you. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, whether it's local, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, like just on a broader scale, or whether it's a celebrity, like, you know, celebrities post people in they stories all the time, people dancing to their songs and, you know, all types of stuff. So in this way, I mean, literally people that nobody knows who they are and nobody ever seen them before, and then got their followers up like crazy. Then it started off with like 300 followers, now they up to like, you know what I'm saying, 14K and shit. Like, it's ways of doing it. So no, I don't think that it stops or keeps them from being true to their craft.
When you shine, you always gonna shine.
It's gonna happen regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's in you. You want it that bad.
Alright, so I'm gonna ask you one more personal question, then we're gonna go off topic for a second. Okay. So I did mention earlier. So talk about your movie. What was give them the title and.
It's 2 movies I was in, actually.
Yeah, you were in 2 movies.
So the first one was The People's Champ,
People's
and Shamrock Dental is the director, and I played the antagonist girlfriend. So the guy that the main character fought against, I was his girlfriend. I only had like 3 scenes in that movie, but it's a dope movie. It was about a certain person from the town that, you know, was a fighter, and, you know, ways of how to get over that while you're in a city that nobody loves you in, and you know how that goes, you know what I'm saying?
He passed before
the movie actually could drop, so we had to find other ways to make it happen, but
he made it happen.
God bless his soul, because he really was a good person.
Yeah, it seemed like I didn't know him personally, but I can see a vibe.
I didn't know him personally, but I met him. I've been around in, you know what I'm saying, certain areas, and he really did come off as a nice person. Everybody around me that knew him, you know, loved him and stuff. So, but you know, I played the antagonist girlfriend in that one, and then turned out
that other movie that you keep hesitating to.
I know, man. But Turned Out is the other one. The director to that one is Tyrone Tizak Jackson. Shout out to them. And shout out to the Shamrock Dental also. And everybody that was in The People's Champ. Same thing with everybody that was in Turned Out. I'm going to be honest with you. When we filmed Turned Out, I was in probably one of the worst times in my life. But I had so much fun shooting that movie. I had so much fun shooting that movie. And even though I was stressed out, I had all this stuff going on, like, I was just like living through it, like, forget it. And the character that I played is pretty much me, but just on a like crazier scale.
Turned up a little bit.
Fuck a little bit. Like she was turned up, but she, you know, for a good reason. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So with that movie, I was married. There's 2 girls. Was 3 girls. We all friends. We all been friends for years. One girl is a straight up lesbian. One girl is straight, and then me bi-curious. So I was with my husband. He was cheating on me, doing all this extra stuff. Blah 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 blah. I didn't want to be with him no more. So I set him up to cheat on me to be with my best friend who is straight. And I got her. I dated a movie. Damn it. But that but the plot in between that, because the straight, you know, she got a boyfriend and her boyfriend was
like a
doing
cat and
some,
mouse type of
man. So it was some stuff going on up in there. It's funny, but it's deep at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So, and Poochie was a wild character. Like, she used to beat ass. Okay, she'd shoot your ass. She always got a gun on her. She got paddles in her trunk just in case somebody want. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll cuss you out quick. You know. And I feel like she portrays a lot of who I am, just like I said, not on that turned up scale, you know what I'm saying, of fighting and doing all that crazy stuff, but I do fight a lot for what I love, and I do go hard for what I love, and I am feisty. I guess I'm gonna say feisty, because it's cute, but, you know, other stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, so with that being basically a movie about exploring sexuality and all of that, how do you feel about how open the world is right now?
Okay, so I feel like if this is something that you feel totally strong about that you want to do it. I feel like it is nobody's business what your sexual preference is. It is nobody's business I don't need to know that you like men. I don't need to know that you have sex with men. I don't care about that. That's not something that somebody needs to come.
Point your hand that way.
No, I'm just... but you know what I mean. But like, if you a man and you sitting right here. But you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't need to know that. That's none of my business. And if that is something that you want to be open about, then people honestly need to like accept people for who they are. Like, even if you disagree with it, it's not you. Yeah, it's not bothering you. It's not, you know what I'm saying, a situation that you need to do all of this about. So yeah, I feel like cool. My problem with this, I am a woman. I love being a woman. I feel like I am a very beautiful woman. I feel like you are not going to tell me that I am not a woman because you don't want to be a woman. You understand that? Because I identify as a man, but I'm a woman. Cool, do that. But when you say it is offensive to have the female emblem on the tampons and on the you got me fucked up. I'm a woman. Men have period. Yeah.
But that's where like, I get in trouble a lot because I say certain stuff out of context, or if you take it out of context. So my problem is, I feel like you can love whoever the hell you want to love.
Yes, but you can be whoever you want to be.
And I feel like the genuine fight for the community was that they shouldn't be judged for who they love behind closed doors. Right. Now, I feel like somebody higher up has taken that and make it so you need to know who we have sex with. Like, they throw it in your face. Like, they're trying to put it in their face, and then like a lot of people, a lot of people on that side feel like they have to support that because it's kind of pro them, but when it's really not. It's like it's kind of, I feel like it's exploiting them. Like the way like they do it in movies, they make them over feminine, they make them do all this extra stuff, and not every gay person is like that. Not every, you know what I'm saying? But that's how they typecast, just like they do black people. And so like that's how. But I find it a little weird. Like love who you want to love, but I am who I am, and I can't be. I always if I wanted to be if I felt like I was a tiger my whole life, I can't be a tiger. I can get surgery, and I can get tattoo stripes, and I can get that, and people, I guess in this time of day, will have to respect that, but they're going to look at me strange because they know I'm not a goddamn tiger at the end of the day. Right. So that part is a little strange, and I feel like one thing is, okay, I love being a man. A man is like, I love the fact that I'm a man, and I feel like a woman is something that's irreplaceable. A woman is the strongest thing, the most beautiful thing on this earth, and you can't replicate that for real. And so to ask me to say that you're a woman would discredit what I see as a real woman. Like, this woman right here has to deal with pregnancy.
You don't want to have to change your personal beliefs for what someone else. Yeah, like, and I understand that.
Like you're not like, you can love who you're. To me, like is offensive probably, but because you can be trans and not like another sex, I guess. So they say they're not gay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like you can just I feel like a woman, so I date this, or then I still date girls after. It's like it's all these different categories, so it gets too confusing.
Yeah,
so,
that's when I just mind my business on that part, because I don't have the education on none of that. So I just be like, okay, that's what you want to do.
But they shoot you down when it's like, yeah, but I don't understand. That's not what I am. Where they like, but you should just accept. You should just accept. Like, no, I love women. I love women.
My thing is this. I think what they mean by accepting it means simply mind your business. You know what I'm saying? No. Because I feel like this. If you disagree with it, that's cool.
No, the hell they don't. Who they kill?
Well, I know this is my personal beliefs on this. Let me change that up. That's my personal beliefs. What I feel like, well, from the conversation I have, because again, that's what we're talking about the situation to begin with. Because the whole let's go a little bit to the left a little bit, right? Men that like certain things that gay men do, but they like when women do it to them. Are they gay? You know what? No, interview over. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh wow.
Juicy.
Yeah, man. But, see the universe. Look at that, man.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't. I guess I wouldn't say that it's gay. I would say that it might not be the most masculine thing to like, but I don't feel like it's because that term is okay. I like the opposites. I mean, I like the same sex. It's not
right.
So I don't know. It's a little because some stuff it do seem a little weird. But if you're being an adult and you're being in like the biology of a man, then there are areas and that's
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Because I was actually about to get on that. I actually read a book and it showed areas where the man's G-spots are. And a lot of those G-spots are in their ass.
Yeah.
So, I feel like my thing is this, right? If that is something that you like, you need to find someone that loves you enough to accept that and keep it to yourself. I feel like nowadays it's hard because people be trying out people and, expose and all this extra shit. I feel like if that's something that you like, you should keep it to yourself. I don't feel like, okay, if you feel like you gotta hide it. And don't get me wrong, not to say like, again, because it's none of our business. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if you gotta be worried about your sexuality and who you are and whether or not you gotta fight so hard about not being looked at as gay, then my nigga, you got thoughts of it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But
society push shit on you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like you had the thought of it or whatever. But again, like, damn, that take me back to that little Tank interview when but he was totally wrong for that, by the way.
Which one? Because I was about to say something too. I can't remember which.
When he said that if a man.
Yeah. That's a whole different one that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So no, what I was gonna say real quick before Tank, I can't remember. I want to say it was Genuine, ironically enough, but it might not have been. But some R&B singer, a transgender man tried to kiss him, and he was like, nah, and they called him homophobic.
Yeah, that's not homophobic.
Cause she's a lady. But she's a lady, so he should. No, he doesn't have to accept that. But
even if it was a woman, you know what I'm saying. So if it was a woman and he did that, it wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if he just didn't want her
kissing on him? Like he just don't want nobody touching on him. Like,
but that's what I'm saying to bring it back to where I was saying about the way that they're pushing it. They're making stuff more offensive than what it is.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the same situation in the black community too. But yeah, I do agree. I feel like there's a level of pushing it. Okay, like they had a program where literal, I would say drag queens or transgenders, and nothing against them, because one of my closest, he's a dancer friend, he's a drag queen, and he loves every person who he is. He's a beautiful fucking person. But they would dress up in their, outfits and stuff, and they would go read to kindergartners.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And I feel like that's a level of pushing that, no. You know what I'm saying?
But you know.
Now, as opposed to us walking down the street.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make it to a point where, like, you need to see this.
Right, because
it's gonna happen. They're gonna see it anyway. It's out here. It's here. Like, we see it. We accept. Well, a lot of people don't accept it, but I accept. You know what I'm saying, for what it is. I see it. I love it. Be who you are. I'm all 100% down for that. And I said that before. That's why I feel like, if you want to be considered, if you're a woman, you want to be considered a man, do that by all means. Just don't try to make me do that. Mm-hmm. If you're a man, you want to be considered a woman, cool. Just don't try to make somebody else do that, or don't try to coerce your way into like transgenders that sneak and have sex with straight men and then get cry stuff when they don't like it or they get mad or they ready to kill their ass or you know what I'm saying, whatever have you. Like, don't make a person consider their sexuality because you know what I'm saying. I feel like that's unfair. There's certain ways that people are very unfair when it comes to it, but not everybody is like that. Right. But I feel like, yes, I feel like you should live in your truth. You should love who you want to love, be who you want to be. Just don't, it's out here. Just don't push it on people, especially people that don't understand.
But what I was gonna say is at the kindergarten age, like my son older now, he's like 9, but he about to be 10. But when I was
be careful with topics like this.
But when he was in kindergarten age, I felt weird when we was watching a cartoon and a man and a woman was kissing. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the fact of, but that just create more. But that's something, and it's not to say that it's not, I don't want to say that they're not normal, but every day in a household for the higher percentage, you're going to, if their mother and father is together, because that's a whole nother thing. There's a lot of single households, but you're going to see them kiss, and it's like, okay, that's what mommy and daddy do. And then so they might equate that if they see it on TV. But right. I still, when my niece and my son used to, we watched something, they used to kiss, it used to make me feel, and it's because what questions are they asking themselves in their head at that time? You know what I'm saying? So it's not about a gay or a straight thing to me. It's at a certain age, that's not what they shouldn't be thinking about. And
it's crazy because even with that, sex period shouldn't be something that kids should be thinking about. So now that doesn't boil down to the person that's gay or the person that is that they're pushing. That pushes down to the parents and what you're watching around your children. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you know for a fact that's out here, why are you watching this around your kids?
Yeah, I mean, but that's because
regardless of what, we can't change what's out here.
I can't. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I feel like me and my brother both was raised by TV. So we all of by not by simple shit. I've been watching South Park since probably 4th, 5th grade. I've been watching shit before. My favorite movie was Roger Rabbit.
Was your parents okay with you watching those shows?
My parents had me at a real young age, so they couldn't be around at all times for me. And then I'm the oldest, so eventually, okay, he's here and he gonna do you know what I mean? I could watch myself and I can do whatever I want to, or I'm old enough to do this and I can look after them. So they probably wasn't paying. I was telling my mother the other day that it was a movie that I was watching that was kind of it came out 1992 or something like that, and it's called Cool World, and it was I remembered it from being a child. And I remember it having sexual undertones and me feeling some type of I was exposed to sexual stuff early. It's probably why I grew up a whore. but in this movie, and I just rewatched it because and they young, they're not paying attention. They probably seen, and they had to have a tape because back in the day it was tapes. It wasn't cable. They had cable, but they seen cartoon characters on it, and that's as far as it went. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't oh, they probably didn't look too much into it. Okay, let me keep him occupied and I'm going to go about my business. But when I watched it over, the movie is about a cartoon character it's people coming into this world and she's trying to have sex with every male that come there because they didn't know what was going to happen. She was a horny ass cartoon character. She ended up getting one. They had sex. She turned to a real person. Then they end up coming to the real world and it was just, I'm like, this is what I was watching. Then I used to stay at night with my grandmother, and she'd watch HBO but she'd fall asleep, and I'd be up watching HBO.
Yeah,
like,
moments like that, like at the end of the day,
So,
you would just have to educate your child on the stuff that they've seen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't really be in control of everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it wasn't,
You know what I'm saying?
it wasn't a fault of their like it was that it was neglectful.
But
or
in
shit
that,
like
but,
that.
but no, and I'm not meaning on that level. That's why I said like it's based on, you know, the fact that it's already out, and that's what I mean. It's already out there. If you have control over, you know what I'm saying, certain things being watched, like there are parental controls on TVs. There are, you know what I'm saying, all of that stuff on there now. So yes, you can be in control, even if you're in a moment where, just like you said, sometimes you can't. Like I work all the time. I got a 7-year-old at home. Like, you know what I'm saying. So like, I ain't going front. We got parental control on everything she watched though. I ain't with none of that, but. You know, not everybody can do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can do what everybody can do. Not everybody has those opportunities. So the stuff that they are exposed to, if you have the education on that, educate them. That's what really all of this is about. It's about education. If you know something, you have no choice but to accept it because you know it. It's there. Like it won't leave your brain. It's knowledge. It's just like math. You know what I'm saying? 1 + 2 = 3. There's never ever a changing on that. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like.
That's all you can do.
You just gotta take it for what it is, and that's why the whole point of accepting it. I feel like you're right. They go overboard with the accepting point of it because accepting it to me just simply means I know what this is. Cool, do what you do.
Because
Simple.
The last thing I'm gonna say on that is because we can't be sexual, like heterosexual people can't be sexual in public and not get arrested or not get, you get what I'm saying, like that so like even like, oh well, I guess it is kind of, people as time as can, because a woman can't have her ass all out now and it'd be just nothing. But I feel like when I was younger, people used to try to cover it, or cops would be like, "You can't be in here like this, ma'am," or you know what I mean. Now you can walk you can walk out your ass out, and then like
some booty shorts on, booty all hanging out, and they just like, "Oh, okay."
So a gay dude probably like, "Well, shit, she can do it. Why the fuck can't I?" So,
and I mean, and those, you know.
So
yeah.
I mean,
I feel like
it should be a standard for both though. Like you got to be presentable in some kind of way. You don't want to because you
I feel like it's so overboard with it.
But you want to be free. That's it's such a hard balance of freedom and without like being as free as you can and chaos and meeting in the middle ground like that.
Well, that's just like, nah, we ain't gonna go there.
Alright, so
go ahead.
Off the subject of that, what is the biggest conspiracy theory that you believe?
Oh God, I'm not really too much of a conspiracy theorist, but I've heard a good amount of them, and I do feel like a lot of the conspiracies that people are doing to celebrities that are at a higher point in their career, and they're trying to destroy their fucking career so that we don't rise in the entertainment community kind of thing. Like, yeah, I believe that. I believe I'm very, and it's crazy because even that's a touchy subject when it comes to certain celebrities and certain people, like Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or when they wouldn't allow, who was it that was trying to buy, oh no, that was Bill Cosby that was trying to buy Viacom, and all of a sudden all these people come out and, you know what I'm saying, whatever have you. And again, this is another one of those moments. If he did that, he's dead ass wrong. He's dead ass wrong. But Bill Cosby,
I think some of that shit got padded. I think they like he was probably a flirty motherfucker. He probably did some stuff on that time, but I think a lot of them files and people came out, they just added shit to that. The same way Michael. Like Mike, I don't like
that shit. That shit was pissing me off with the whole thing with the whole like little boys.
There's so many behind the scenes stuff that show that Michael loved women. He called them fishes. He like, I'm gonna go fishing. Look at that fish over there. He got a nice, like it's really audio of him doing that. Like it's like all the time. He had affairs with I think Princess Diana.
Yeah, man.
It's like mad shit going on.
I don't know, man. Like, but I do think that the biggest conspiracy that I believe is the whole like entertainment thing with the industry not wanting the black community to rise and to own things and to have their own, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's enfranchised as fuck.
You know what's going to prove it for me? Like, it's going to be undeniable proof if in about 2-3 years somebody started making claims about Jay-Z or something come out about Jay-Z, that's gonna be like, okay, y'all not even trying to
well, shit, even black folks done try to do the shit with the MTI and Tiny y'all motherfuckers. Like, talking about they doing sex trafficking because y'all mad they done did a threesome, they don't want to fuck with you no more. See what I mean? It's that bullshit. Like I said, those are certain topics that I just be like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, nah, like, I don't believe a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of that shit be bullshit. I mean,
people just like to get their money, or they want to get their clout, and they want to, you know what I'm saying, try to get money out of people and stuff. Like, it's just stupid.
I do believe that T.I. is really, I feel like he's narcissistic.
Yes.
I feel like he's misogynistic. But I don't think he's sex trafficking.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's sex trafficking. I do feel like he did a lot when it came to that whole situation with his daughter.
Yeah, that was extra.
I do understand the level of care that you have for her, but nah, there's levels. I feel like, but you know what? I do feel like if people are comfortable with that, if she's comfortable with that, then that's something that they have. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel some type of way about it, that's your problem, because it don't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? We don't know exactly what the issue is, so I can do that on both sides and see how I feel about it if it was on both sides. Like, if it really was innocent, she really wanted him in that room with her every time she goes to the damn doctor, then that's their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's her father, like, whatever. But no, I'm not bringing my father with me to the fucking doctor. Like,
that's just.
I'm not, nigga. I'm 18. Get the fuck out.
Like, you know, I don't even talk to you when we at home. Like, 18, like, my door closed all the time. Get out of here, Dad.
Like, no, right. Like, my mama, though, Ma.
I'm so,
come, please.
I'm so used to speaking. Like, what time is it?
6:38.
Oh. We have a family meeting at 7.
Oh, shit.
I gotta call him. I was just about to say something about him. I love you, Daddy. So, let me think. We can close it up soon. I just tell the people what you working on and what they can look forward to in the future.
Oh, I'm excited for this part. Okay, so I am working. Number one, right now I have a dance company called Dangerously Fierce, and it's 18 and up, of course. Women mostly. We do hip hop and majorette. We're training a lot on majorette right now, but we do mostly hip hop. I am open to registrations right now, but it's like a toss up because we got performances and stuff and whatever. But
Can't
so
bring new people in while you try.
Right, while we're doing performances. But either way, we are open to registrations. So if you do want to dance, or if you know somebody that does want to dance, you can hit us up on Facebook, Dangerously Fierce ENT. I will definitely contact you back or hit you up like right after. I'm always on my phone. Or you can inbox me, Tay Janay, on Facebook. As far as music go, I'm always making beats. That's like an everyday thing. I swear to God, like it's like a hobby. It's a hobby. It's not even like something I'm like, oh, I'm trying to make some money off of. I mean, like, I'm dope, so yeah, eventually I'm gonna make some money off of it. But it really was a hobby. It's something that I just like to do. To a point where I got over 150 beats, and I've only pitched maybe like 20 or 30 of them.
Oh yeah, so you got an archive.
Yeah, and people are like, you need to put those beats out. You need to put them out. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But I do pitch to people that I really want to work with. Right now I'm trying to do my little DJ Khaled / hitmaker shit. Most of my beats I do want to use on a project. And if I feel like at this point, when it comes to locally, if y'all don't see me, I'm gonna make y'all see me. So I'm hitting people up personally to see if I can work with them. It'll be free of charge. I'll give you a beat. You can come up with your own vibe for a song, or if you need me to come up with a vibe and you can go off that, I can do that for you. And record it. If you can record it and get it mixed and mastered on your own, great. But I have a mix and master dynasty. I love him. So that's who I work with. So you can send me your stuff that you recorded and I will pay to get it mixed and mastered. It's my project.
Y'all hear that?
So, yeah, hit me up if you want to do it.
Got me up the par, though.
I ain't gonna front, I'm picky.
Gotta be up
I'm
to par.
picky, but I want to do 10 tracks on here. So even if it's like collabs, anything, like I definitely want to work with as many people as I can. I already got 3 people on there, so they're getting tight.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm doing that. What else can I think of right now? Oh, well, as a regular job, I'm a medical assistant also.
And she said she not doing y'all bras hair no more either.
Yeah, I don't do hair no more, man.
Y'all ruined it for her.
I don't want to say that. Don't be trying to make them think. Stop. Don't believe him, y'all. But no, people did ruin it for me. That's serious. But at the same time, I still do have a love for doing hair. So like, I have like a couple people that I do, or if I feel like it, I'll be like, all right, I'm taking a couple people. You know what I'm saying? But
okay, so before that, I mean, before we end this, something you said just brought something to my attention. So, how is it working with the kids when you like?
Right. Well, when I was working with the kids, because like I said, I'm working with 18 and up now, but
they're still kids now, kind of.
But grown, you know, but 18, I feel like, you know, there's certain shows we can do that kids cannot.
Yeah.
There you go. So, we're adults. It is what it is. You become an adult at 18.
But you're still dealing with mind.
Yes.
Still
but
absorbing everything.
On some real, I'm not saying thank God, like I don't want to deal with those kind of people, because there are mature 18-year-olds that really love to dance, and I don't have to deal with all of that because they just here to dance. You know what I'm saying? But most of the people I have, like maybe 22 is the youngest, and then we all got kids, grown as hell, haven't danced in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, getting our stuff back up. And I ain't gonna front, like, not even say to get our stuff back up, because we saying that being crazy critics to ourselves. We all been real dancers for years. So like, it's just a brush up.
So
we'll be all right.
So any of them 18-year-olds be showing y'all some shit? They be showing you out?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Depending on what the dance is, or what, you know, what certain things is. But again, like, I feel like I've been dancing my whole life. Can't nobody show me out. And even if I've danced I haven't danced in 2 years or whatever have you, like I've always been a dancer. I'm always dancing anyway. So like, and I'm big on energy. Like, I'm always like the most energetic dancer on the stage. But yeah, so yeah.
So yeah, definitely thank you for coming to sit down with me. And
you're welcome.
By the looks of it, I think we definitely gonna have some more shit for y'all.
Yeah.
We gonna work. We gonna talk behind the scenes. Y'all be ready. Y'all be on the lookout. This is the Street Talk. I'm Streetz. This is Tay. Holla at me. Alright, so.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This Taykola Janay.
It's me, Tim Rap. Well, it's Street Talk. You tuned in right now to Street Talk, my man Streetz.
Make sure y'all get on YouTube right now. YouTube. And look up Street Talk.
Make sure y'all